All right. Hello, guys. My name is Asia. I am the host of My Thoughts on Ask For. This is episode 37. Oh, wait. I did my intro so wrong. I have to redo it. Hello, guys. My name is Asia. Welcome to episode 37 of My Thoughts on Ask For, where I share my thoughts none of you asked for or probably even care about, but I'm going to share them any fucking way. Hello. Hey, Sterling. Thanks for joining right on time. I'm telling y'all, I'm starting right on motherfucking time. All right. I'm back. So, yes, I took 2 weeks off. I did. Okay. Um, I did. So, really, the main reason I didn't stream last week was on Thursday night. I had an R&B concert on Thursday, and I didn't want to stream earlier than that. And I didn't want to stream the day after. I'm so glad that I didn't do that. Um so yeah, your girl was outside. I went to the Black Effect of podcast event the weekend before that. Um your girl kind of been outside, networking, doing her thing like I told y'all I would. Like I told y'all I would, okay? And that's what I did. But I took 2 weeks off really for a couple of reasons, but mainly cuz of the concert and ADHD medication. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying some different medication. I was in a process where I felt very fatigued and unmotivated, not depressed, but just like very low energy. And of course, I'm always like I'm a mental health advocate. I'm a prioritize your health overall advocate. And so I just wasn't doing well. I wasn't posting clips. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't click any of my content accounts, okay? Hey PJ, thank you. So, yeah, your girl had just been isolating, still planning, still working, still filming and doing a lot of different things that are finally going to be revealed. So, I'm very very excited about that. I'm happy about that. I'm just happy that I feel better. I feel more like myself. Um and it's good to do a reset. So just to let y'all know, like I would say about every month, maybe every other month, I will skip a week. Okay, like every 4 episodes, I probably will skip a week. And also because I just don't be having that much to say sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I just don't be having a whole lot to talk about. And because I do different content in different places for different reasons, there may be things that I want to talk about on a like YouTube video or in a separate stream. So sometimes I just need a week to just reset and not talk for an hour about a bunch of shit. So just to let y'all know, like I'm trying my best to do every Thursday, but this year I'm learning like after 4 episodes, I need a week off for sure. Especially if I'm doing other pieces of content and other streams that you guys I'm finally doing. Okay. I'm so excited. So anyway, that's been the gist of my 2 weeks. Also, being a dog mom, I thought I was cut out for this shit. I am. But let me tell you something really quick, and I'm gonna speed past it because it's kind of gross. Um, literally today, I was sitting in here. I'm like, I smell shit. And I'm looking around to see where she pooped and couldn't find it. Then I smell it and I go look on the pad and her poop is like all it looks like diarrhea or whatever. And she had shit stuck all to her hair around her ass, and I had to bathe her like a few hours ago and shit. I was like, oh my gosh. I was thinking about like when I have an actual child and I have to like wash them and bathe them and stuff when shit like that happens and clean up poop. I was like, ugh, gross. But anyway, I'm really trying my hardest with the dog mom thing. I'm working. She needs a puppy school. She needs to be trained. And me and my dad have spoiled her a bit too much. So it's time for me to be firm. It's time for me to be a real black parent and lay down the law because Coco thinks that she runs the house. So we have to fix that. Okay. Breaks are necessary. We definitely understand. Yes, for sure. And it's just like when I come back, I'll come back better and energized and rejuvenated. So I will not take longer than a week off unless I have like some military stuff or, something where I'm literally out of town for longer than a week. But, anyways, we're back at it. Okay. So I'm going to get into my first commercial of the day. And then we're going to get right into my first topic on the docket, which is about cheating, which y'all have been talking about. That's been like the main topic for like the last 2 weeks. So, anyway, commercial break. Okay, listen up. I have an important announcement. Now, for the last year with doing my thoughts on Ask For, I've been telling you guys that the show isn't quite complete. And recently incorporating my commercials, you guys have gotten to see a glimpse of what I have planned. Starting next week, May 14th, short film stories will finally be incorporated into the My Thoughts No One Asks For episodes. Each series includes 4 short film stories. So for the next 4 episodes, you guys will get to see series 1. I'm very excited for you guys to see this, and I'm excited for you guys to understand the whole thought process behind it. So if you want to know more information and behind the scenes info, make sure you subscribe to the main YouTube channel. It's your girl Asia. Sidebar, not that this matters. I apologize for the audio on that commercial. I had filmed that video from my camera audio and I wasn't recording in OBS on my mic and I didn't realize till after and I was too lazy to redo it. So sorry. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Cheating. So, I'm not gonna get into the specifics about Meg and Klay because y'all have done enough. And over here we don't, dissect strangers' love lives or personal lives in general too deep. We don't get too parasocial. We can get parasocial to a certain extent, but not too crazy. Keon in my TikTok chat asked me, what you and your fave ex doing for the summer? I really don't have a fave ex, actually. I kind of hate them all, low key. Not to be harsh. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I don't really care for any of them, to be honest. I don't hate is a strong word. I just don't care about any of them. Um they all have no reason to dislike me, and I think no, I know all of them actually really enjoy me as a human, but I'm actually like have been sick of literally all of them. Like that fave ex shit. I only be hung up on exes for a certain amount of time. Once I really get sick of you, you kind of just are like any other dude and you're cooked, honestly. So that's why I try to be, you know what I'm saying? I try to be cool for a certain period of time because I know me. As soon as I'm annoyed with you, you're like a stranger. So, no favorite ex for me. You don't see yourself rekindling with an ex? If you had asked me that maybe earlier this year, maybe I would have said yes. But no. Right now in May, absolutely not. No. Only because like I feel like anyone that I've ever dated, like you've had more than enough time. More than enough time. And there have been certain people that I've had way more time than others, right? And me, I just will try and I'll stay around. I'll try to be cool with you. I'll try to like keep you in my life. If you don't make a move when I'm in your life for like a year or a year plus, I'm kind of off you because I'm not going to sit around and wait for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not a serial dater. You know what I'm saying? But I would say if I were to rekindle with an ex, there aren't very many. Honestly, there's maybe one option, barely one option at this point, to be honest. Like, there's not, even if I wanted to, I don't even like care about any of them enough to like look forward to that. Anyways, y'all keeping me off track. I'm not gonna get into um Meg and Klay, okay? But once um once Meg came to Instagram and notified us that Klay is a cheater, Um, Everyone had a lot to say. Thank you, Lotto, in my TikTok chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Come over and watch on Twitch. It's a much better viewing experience. If you can, thank you. Um, the internet was on fire. Twitter was very funny this day. I'm not gonna lie to you. But sidebar, what a lot of people were saying, right? And this is what girls always say when like a beautiful or generally liked celebrity gets cheated on. All the girls are like, "Oh my gosh, no one's safe." And "Oh my gosh, he's so stupid for cheating on this person. Klay is so dumb for cheating on Meg. Oh my gosh, how could you? How could you?" This is the thing. I don't know like how many more times y'all are going to have to be reminded that quite literally none of y'all are safe. None of us have ever been safe, okay? When it comes to cheating, I'm going to break it down like you're a 10-year-old. When it comes to cheating, if someone, a man or woman wants to cheat, they will cheat. You could be the best girlfriend in the world. You can be the best partner in the world. If they want to cheat, they'll cheat. You could be the worst. If they want to cheat, they'll cheat. You could be somewhere in the middle. You could be a decent partner, but still have some work to do. If they want to cheat, they will cheat. I promise you, your life will be a lot better when you don't personalize other people's decisions that somewhat involve you, right? Because at the end of the day, other people are working on their own shit. They have a lot of shit they have to work through internally that mostly has literally nothing to do with you. And so I'm not saying that a heartbreak or someone cheating on you or making you look stupid isn't going to affect you emotionally. It will. It will hurt. But give yourself a certain time frame to get the fuck over it. And don't carry that shit with you. Cuz it's not your fault. Even if it is your fault, it's not. Because that person, if there was an issue in the relationship, they could have chose to talk to you about it and work through it, go to therapy instead of cheating on you at the end of the day. Or they could have broke up with you instead of cheating on you. So it's like anytime someone in the public eye gets cheated on, all the women are like, "Oh, this is why dudes ain't shit," and blah 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 blah. Y'all just have all these like annoying ass talking points. That's just like, look, everyone, literally anyone, can get cheated on at any time for any reason or no reason at all, and we all just have to accept it. You all just have to. There's nothing like. That's why I hate seeing conversations where it's like, I seen a stupid tweet. Someone was like, "Oh, Meg's p word. I don't like saying that word. Meg's p word must be good. Her coochie must be good because it was some stupid tweet, but they were correlating how good a girl's vagina is to the way a man acts. Y'all got to stop with this shit. It really drives me insane. But aside from that, when it comes to getting cheated on, right? Also, another aspect of this situation was a lot of people were shocked, right? A lot of people felt like, oh, they felt like they were in game or whatever, or, you know, they felt like Klay was the good guy, if you will. And so there were a lot of people who, when they get cheated on or when they see someone who gets cheated on, they act as if that there was no signs. Now, I haven't lived that much life, right? I've only been here about 20 some years. Um and I'm not a serial dater, so I haven't dated like a fuck ton of people, right? So I'm so open to being wrong, right? But based on my personal life experience and just viewing other people's lives experiences, um there's always signs. Men aren't like that good of liars. Like, they're not that good at putting on a front. They're decent, but like I promise you, in them early stages of getting to know a guy, if you listen to him speak long enough, he will tell himself very early. In my experience, they have every time very early. And guess what happened? I clocked it very early and I decided to deal with it. And so later on, when I realized, oh, this guy is a liar. Oh, this guy is toxic. He's manipulative. I go back and do all the and do you know what I'm saying? I just go back and think about the beginning stages and think about all of those red flags that I voluntarily avoided or just maneuvered past. And that right there was a learning lesson. And I feel like I don't like that there's always this narrative pushed by women who are just acting like, "Oh, I had no idea who was such a good actor. There were no signs." There were always signs. With men who don't have good intentions, with men who are cheaters, who are liars, who are manipulative, who are toxic, they tell on themselves so fucking early. There are always signs. You just avoid them. And it's okay to be honest about it because we all have done it. It's okay. When you're too caught up in lust, when you want to be wanted too much, when you don't utilize your discernment, when you're afraid of being alone, when you have shit that you need to really go to therapy for that's affecting your love life, you're going to avoid red flags. And it's okay to admit that. But to act like guys are just that good of actors that they just always put on such a good front and there's no signs whatsoever. They didn't say nothing, they didn't do nothing. It wasn't even one small thing. That's cap. I think that's cap. So, I'm here to tell you guys there's always signs. Just pay attention. Just choose to pay attention. That's why I talked to you guys episodes ago about me finally feeling comfortable with dating. It's easier now because I realized, you know what? I don't have to deal with this. You know what? I can pray about people that enter into my life, right? I can utilize my discernment. I know that I have it and it's very strong. Let me not just gloss over these little things just because this guy is attractive or because we do have a good connection. No, I clocked that he lied to me about that. Let me address him about it or let me no longer deal with him. Like, let me act on these things that I'm picking up on in the moment. Choose to leave early. Also, move slow. That's another thing that I've been doing. Move very slow. That's another issue. People move very fast in these relationships. You're not utilizing discernment. You having sex all willy-nilly. You're doing these things way too fast. You're too caught up in lust and you want to be wanted too bad that you're looking over the red flags. There are always signs. I promise. They're there. They are there. I don't believe in moving fast, but if you ain't trying to get married, I ain't trying to fuck with you. You know, I kind of agree with that too. But I'm also like not thinking about it too fast. You know what I'm saying? So, um, the point of this topic really wasn't really about Meg or Clay. Um, it's just centered around the conversations that spark when these types of things happen. And I just find a lot of it very funny, a lot of it very concerning. Um, and a lot of the topics are not centered around any type of like accountability on any part that you may have played or how you can avoid situations. There's always signs. So just choose to see them. And I'm not saying you're never going to be get your heart broken, you know what I'm saying, or be lied to. You cannot avoid that. That's another thing. You can't avoid being cheated on. You can't avoid people lying to you. People are going to do it if that's what they want to do. If that's their character, that's their character. But it's up to you to utilize your discernment and pay attention and assess this individual that you're getting to know. Meg and Clay breakup gave the manosphere content for months. I mean, everyone loves to move fast nowadays, though. They love the dopamine spikes. As a neurodivergent, so do I. But that has been my issue for years is that, you know, I'm too caught up. I can't get caught up in things and go with the flow and be like, oh, whatever. You know, I've done that and it was terrible. It's anytime I've ever tried to do that, it ended terribly for me. So I choose not to do. I don't want to risk the dopamine. I'll get my dopamine somewhere else instead of moving too fast with a stranger who I barely know, who secretly has not good intentions for me. It's better to be cautious than to jump right into things. I'm not into that. I don't agree that people move fast nowadays. For me, if I was single, you'd have a month before I'm off you if you ain't trying to be with me. Um Honestly, a lot of people do move fast. They do. They do. Like I would say younger, the faster they move for sure. But anyways, don't want to stay on this topic too long. We have more things to get into. So, quick commercial break and I will be back.
So I have more thoughts student asks for. Now, of course, I don't always get to cover all the topics I want to speak on for the main episode. So, with more thoughts on Acts 4, I choose one topic to deep dive with you guys about. You can catch these episodes streamed live on Mondays. Not every Monday. So, if you want to know when and where to catch these episodes, make sure you join the Discord. All updates and information will be in Discord. Join the Discord. And if you end up missing the live streams, you can still catch the uploads on YouTube, but over on my main YouTube channel at It's Your Girl Asia. All right, now back to the show.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh, so sorry. Okay, I'm going to repeat what I said. Number 1, just to reiterate, more thoughts on what Acts 4 starts this Monday. Okay, I already know what I want to talk about, but join the Discord. So you can be involved in the show and my other shows that I will be rolling out very soon. Okay, then getting into the next topic. So I want to talk about why influencers, celebrities come to the internet, us, and tell us things that literally have nothing to do with us, right? And I'm referencing a couple of things, like when Meg told us that Clay cheated on her last night. Gio posted like text messages of her and Playboy Cardi. This is like her second time putting him on blast. And he texted her such weird things. He sent her this one text where he said like gay bald and Facetune. Gay bald and Facetune. He's such a like Playboy Cardi is such a strange man. I really don't like he's seriously a lunatic. But those messages, see, sometimes it's funny, right? When these people online come to us and tell us information that has nothing to do with us, a lot of the times it's very funny and entertaining. Okay, don't get me wrong, but I feel like in general, I just think that it's just a bit strange. Like, I'm not gonna get into the whole Tati and Boston Richie thing. Tati was groomed. Boston Richie needs to be locked up. And once I seen what Tati posted, I felt a few ways about a couple of different things, but mainly I was like, okay, I'm seeing a lot of things here that are like not legal. And so you need to go to the police with this. Like, what is the internet gonna do? Go to the police. Which I believe she now is taking legal action, thank God. But so yeah, there are many cases where people come to us with certain information and I'm like, you should probably take that to the authorities. Because there's not much we're gonna do online other than talk about it for a few days. Some people are gonna make memes, some people are going to support you and back you, but in a couple of days people will move on to the next thing. um I think at some point I probably really need to like dive deep into it. Hopefully anyone in the chat can kind of help me do it today, but there's a couple reasons that these people come online and tell us things that aren't our business. One of the main reasons they do it is to weaponize their audience and to weaponize the perception of public opinion. And people have to remember that most of the people on the internet are not that smart and their brains are genuinely fried. So when people are coming online revealing information that the public doesn't need to be aware of, people cannot put two and two together that like this person is posting this telling us a piece of a story so we, their supporters, can be on their side and attack this other person, right? Even though they could be wrong in some capacity, but they're going to conveniently leave it out. Um there's so many different cases of this, perhaps for validation, yes, as well as that for validation, for being victimized. Um People just want, it's a natural human feeling to, you want people, when you feel wronged, you want people to be on your side, right? But there's also manipulation in there as well. Like, I'm only gonna speak about a piece of the Tati and Boston Richie thing. The only thing that I didn't like about it, right, was, and she's young, so I don't really hold her to the fire with this, but you doing something behind closed doors with your partner, and then when it's mad day for you to like come out and now call him gay and do all these things. Y'all can debate what's gay, what's not gay. I really don't give a damn. Um, I think that's tacky. I think outing people is tacky in general, but I just think that's kind of like the manipulation part. The only reason it isn't is if it wasn't consensual, right? And she's underage, right? He groomed her. So that is the part where it is necessary for that to be known. But again, in like some court filings though. You know what I'm saying? Not like screenshots on the internet. I think the way people go about things is very like, it's very manipulative. And it's very much so presented in a way to finally get out all this shit that you've been holding in. And now you finally want to let everything out when like you've been, and then people also, I'm not going to get into that situation because I actually don't know that much about it. I just know that Boston Richie needs to be locked up and she's a minor. And I'm glad she's taking legal action. CB Asia, you got cheated on? Technically no, because the only relationship I was ever in, I don't count anything from high school. So outside of high school, I haven't been in a real relationship. So technically, no. And even when I was in a real relationship, I was never cheated on. I mean, I was lied to, but I wasn't really cheated on, right? So no. But I've been lied to and been like manipulated, made a fool of, and embarrassed. Absolutely. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where I stand with that. I just think that I really wish that people in the public eye would stop explaining things to the internet. It's weird. Like, we don't care. We will use the story for content. We will use it for memes. We will use it for clicks and laughs. We will talk about it for 48 hours, 72 max, and move on to the next thing. No, Boston Richie is a Section 8 Jeffrey. No, literally, once I like started to get more information about the relationship, I was like, oh, this is a Diddy and Cassie situation all over again. Like, literally, like, actually, I would make an argument that Boston Richie might be worse than R. Kelly or on the same level. All the shit that I've heard, if it's true, that nigga needs to be like, he needs to get gone. That's why I'm like, Tati, fuck the internet. Fuck trying to embarrass him and trying to like try to call him gay and stuff. Cause now you're opening the door for all the homophobes. Do y'all know how many tweets I seen of people just slanging around the F word all day? I was like, oh, y'all couldn't wait to do that. Y'all couldn't wait to be homophobic. As soon as Boston Richie gets exposed for being pegged, now everybody's throwing around slurs. Now y'all couldn't wait, and that's why I don't like when people come to the internet with certain things, because like you're just opening up a door for like a fuck ton of more things to happen that is it's just not effective. It's not productive. Like it's just he's not even close as bad as R. Kelly. Okay, but I'm telling you, Chad, I'm telling you, the shit that I've heard, I get R. Kelly was bad. He peed on girls and stuff like that. Terrible. Boston Richie, allegedly, apparently, from what I heard, from what I see, from what Tati said and posted and has receipts of, this man has been intimate with underage women and has recorded them and sent the videos around and has been actually had intercourse with them. Multiple, countless. Mind you, Tati's like not even 20 and he's been dating, she's not even 21 and he's been dating this girl for years. She said he's been making her do the pegging since she was, I want to say 16, 17. She said she found out he like, what? Boston Richie, I'm trying to get my life together, leave the high school alone. I'm telling you, like, that's why I'm like, it has to be like on the same level, or I don't know, in the same. He needs to go where R. Kelly is. Okay, it's bad because it's similar. Like you're real. Like anyway, I don't want to talk about all this stuff. He's gross. Um, but yeah, I like I said, back to what I was saying. Now, when she reveals this information, which is valuable information that we need to know, right? Maybe not through Instagram post, but now you open the door for all the homophobes to attack him, and now he's the F word and he's all of these things. And that is very tacky to me. And she's very young. So I will not burn her at the stake for this. Like she will learn, like when she gets older, she'll be like, that was a little tacky. You know what I'm saying? But also in her situation with her literally being groomed and everything that she's been through, it's kind of like it's fair game. You know what I'm saying? Um, so again, I'm not really criticizing her. I'm more so criticizing the act, right? And she's not the only person who approaches the internet in that manner. We see it be done all the time and you guys fall for it. And it's really strange. I don't like it. So I'm like, damn, I was seeing F slurs all day long and I was like, "Oh, y'all couldn't wait to do this. This is why y'all this is why you got to be careful with what you come to the internet with. Cuz if you find with the door that you're opening, cool, but um so yeah, I think just pay close attention to who's coming to the internet about what and what they're not saying, what they're leaving out, who they're villainizing, um and yeah, I just think that us as a collective, the public, the internet, we know too many things via Twitter, via TikTok, via Instagram, YouTube. That is none of our fucking business. People in the public eye with a following love to tell us things that we shouldn't know. And it's important for us to ask ourselves why. If we know, hey, we don't need to know this information at all. We need to question that and investigate people's motives and intentions behind coming to the internet, trying to expose someone or trying to reveal information or trying to embarrass someone. We need to ask ourselves these questions before, you know what I'm saying? So no, Boston Richie, I just talked about him. You late. Um Chad, I'm not surprised. Boston Richie main fan base are the Shade Room blacks who write think pieces about how Zaya Wade is destroying the black community. And that's why I just can't, that's why I'm not going to talk about it for a second longer, because at the end of the day, there are a group of people that will continue to engage with these types of conversations, who continue to spark toxic rhetoric, toxic talking points, who continue to be stuck on, like, why was everybody so hung up on, oh, Boston Richie's gay, and not the fact that he's a literal pedophile? Why was that the talk of the town all week? Why was there so many memes, so many conversations? Oh, being pegged doesn't mean you're gay, blah blah. Why do we give so much of a fuck about his sexuality and what he does behind closed doors instead of who he's doing them with? This man is out here kidnapping people and being intimate with minors and recording videos and sending them around. Like, what are we talking about? Who gives a fuck what he does intimately? And not exactly what you just said, chat in the chat, is exactly why this will continue to happen over and over again. There's not going to be much improvement with the internet. Like when salacious um information is revealed by a certain type of person, people will only be attached and obsessed to certain parts of it, not the important parts. Anyway, I'm going to move on to my last topic after this commercial break. If you're enjoying the show so far, I need you to do a couple things for me. If you want to give your input on show topics, network with other young creatives, and even just be a part of the episode, join the Discord. I want this show to feel very interactive because it's not just a platform for me to share my thoughts, but also for you to share yours. And just in case you missed the episodes live on Thursday nights, make sure you subscribe to the My Thoughts No One Asks For YouTube channel. Obviously, the VODs don't stay up here on Twitch forever, so make sure you catch up on all episodes on YouTube. And of course, follow the Twitch. I won't just be streaming once a week for the show, but I also have a lot of concept streams coming very soon. So make sure you follow the Twitch and turn those notifications on. Please and thank you. Hi, it's me. Again, sorry to bother you. Again, but I really wanted to tell you about my main YouTube channel. It's Your Girl Asia is where I document my creative journey, and I also post my other streams on there as well. So, in case you want to see more of me, subscribe. Or don't. No pressure. Okay, back to the show. Hello. All right, so let's get into the next topic. Okay, did I save the TikTok that I seen? I hope I did. I thought I did. Yes. And I'm gonna say this with the Yep, this is it. Okay, I'm about to play the TikTok that I'm referencing for this topic. 1 second. Oh shit. Okay. There you go.
Most disrespect. My opinion, but being neutral is fake. There is no neutral between right and wrong. And the only reason most of y'all be neutral is because you don't want to have to side with the truth. It's easier to side with the messy and the chaos and the confusion. And somewhere in you, you already didn't like that person in the first place. You're only neutral because you be in rooms where that person is brought up and you don't say anything. You're neutral because you know you be in shared spaces where that person was brought up and you didn't say anything. You're neutral because you probably was hee and then ha ha and giggling at the expense of a person that you were close to. You're neutral because y'all bitches be fake. And I'm gonna say this with
Okay, and just to like read a few of the comments, someone said a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. Depends on the situation. I agree, heavy on nothing being neutral when there's only right and wrong. Um, hmm. No, because how do you remain neutral in a situation where someone is completely wrong? You gotta pick a side. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. You disagree? I disagree too. Actually, I thought this was gonna be an unpopular opinion, but yes, I generally disagree with what she's saying. I agree with what she's saying in a very like literal sense that if we're dealing with two friends and one is clearly right and clearly wrong, like morally, I get it. Like I get you holding the friend who's cool with both of y'all to like pick a side, if you will. I don't like that. As someone who operates in a state of nuance, um I don't really I don't agree with what she said because of that. Um I think that first of all, if I have two friends, right, who are beefing and they're both wrong, right? What if you're both wrong? Right? Even if you feel in your mind you feel like you're right and the other person is wrong, what if you're both wrong? But you want me to just side with you because you feel like you're right. But you're not even thinking outside of yourself enough to even consider that you could be wrong. And that usually be my issue with people, like they're just not really that self-aware. Like they get too caught up in the rights and the wrongs. And of course there's very clear right and wrongs, more so than others. But most of the time when it comes to conflict between friends or just between two people in general, um unless something was literally done to them, a lot of the times things are like misunderstandings or that they're just two different people and they handle and interpret things differently, and they both don't care enough to understand each other, right? So having all of this energy for the neutral person, right, who is cool with both of you guys and who wants to maintain a relationship with you both, now you're forcing me to pick a side because of how you personally view the situation. Y'all both what and also this is the thing. What if neither one of y'all are wrong? And that usually be the situation sometimes where it's hard to pick a side, right? And be like, this person's wrong, this person's right, because sometimes both of y'all are right. Sometimes both of y'all are right in your own sense. I've experienced situations like that. I've seen situations like that where it's not as black and white as people want it to be. But when people are in the situation themselves and they feel like the other person is wrong, you as the friend who's cool with both of y'all, you as the friend who's cool with both of them, they want you to hurry up and pick a side, and it's like this isn't even really a right and wrong situation. Y'all are both two different people. You interpret this differently, and you're not understanding each other. You're not listening to each other. You both want to be heard, and neither one of you want to listen to each other. And so instead of shitting on me for being neutral, like it's not me trying to be fake or trying to play both sides of the fence. There are some people that do, so I'm not canceling them out. But it's me understanding nuance and honestly trying to make both of y'all feel heard, because neither one of y'all want to hear each other. Neither one of y'all actually want to get down to the root of the situation and resolve the conflict. Y'all just want to point the fingers. People, when they're in conflict with another person, they care too much about villainizing someone and victimizing themselves instead of thinking about what that person did wrong and thinking about what they could have done wrong and trying to find some kind of resolution and meet in the middle. I guess you can't pick sides because everybody's going to feel some type of way. And that's the main thing. If I pick this person's side, they're going to be mad. If I pick this person's side, like y'all both, it doesn't, you can't win just for them to be back cool and turn on you. Exactly. That's why with me personally, like I unless I'm asked my advice, unless I'm asked my opinion, I choose to stay out of things. But yeah, that's perspective is everything. Exactly. That's why, and a lot of people don't understand that. They don't digest that. And so yeah, I see plenty of videos like that where people are like, "Oh, pick a side. You can't be new." And I agree because I made a TikTok about it, like where I was referencing ICE, where a lot of things were happening with ICE, and I was talking about how like you can't be neutral when it comes to like what ICE is doing, and they're breaking up families and unaliving people for no reason. Like this is an attack on humanity, right? It's a very blatant thing, right? Where like you can't be neutral about it. Like you're either for it or you're against it. So don't get me wrong, there are situations where it's very blatant. You know what I'm saying? If you have one friend who F's your other friend's man behind their back, she wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like she's dead wrong. There's really no way to avoid it. There's no way to tiptoe around it. There's not much nuance there, right? So there, don't get me wrong, there's cases where it's very blatant that this person is wrong and you should stand on the side. But I think at the end of the day, me as the friend who's cool with both of y'all, I don't want to be forced or be pushed. I don't like to be pushed. I'm an Aquarius and I'm neurodivergent. I don't like being pushed or forced to do things. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. I'm grown. I'm pretty smart. Not the smartest person on the planet. Have a very nice level of discernment. I can make my own decisions. I don't need to be pushed, persuaded to do anything. If I have a question, I'll ask. If I need help, I'll ask for it. If I don't, I won't. So I don't need it. Keep it to yourself. Do not treat me like your child and try to force me to do things that you want me to do the way you want me to do them. It's not going to happen. I've been like this since a child. It's not going to change. Get over it. Okay? So, with that being said, even if it is very blatant, do not try to force me to pick a side. No. If I'm gonna be neutral, I'm gonna be neutral. But if both of y'all are wrong, I'm gonna tell y'all both of y'all are wrong. If both of y'all not wrong, I'm gonna tell y'all both of y'all not wrong. And what about it? So I've never agreed with that neutral thing. I feel like people who always say that, I'm like, oh, okay. Like I know what type of person you are. Because those are usually the type of people that never think that they're wrong. Usually. They never really think that they're wrong and they want like a ride or die no matter what. Like even if they say the sky is pink, they want you to back them. And I'm just not that type of person. Like I'm just not gonna lead the blind. I'm not going to be a yes man. I'm not gonna do it. So that's why I'm like very, very strategic and strict with who I have close relationships with, how close I am to people, how much information they know, and how involved I get in other people's business. Um, I actually don't get involved in other people's business at all or other conflicts. I just if it don't have shit to do with me, I'm gonna stay out of it. Um, that's usually where I find peace. Okay. So, I'm about to wrap up the show, but I wanted to give like my last final message for this episode. Um, just something that I've seen just in media overall for the past couple of months and just something that I've learned is that like greed will be the death of you. Like greed will literally end your life. Hey Jace, wanting too much and doing things that you don't morally align with just to get whatever it is that you want, right? Um, will literally end your life. And I feel like we all have to be very careful about, and I talk about this a lot, like we all have to be very careful about what things that we want and how hard we're willing to go for it and the things that we're willing to do. Um, what made me think about this was I won't get too deep into it, but Jocelyn came out and she's basically like, oh, surviving Zeus, and they do all these things, the demonic things, and da da da, and Lemmy's abusive, and blah blah blah. And I thought I had multiple feelings about it, right? But I was like, just thinking about this happening, and Diddy, and like just all these different scenarios in the media of like people just being too fucking greedy, people wanting too fucking much, and how they literally get completely out of body. Like greed will turn you into a demonic being, a dark energy. It will change you for the worst, the absolute worst. And I think as people who are not in the public eye, but people who maybe are striving to be to a certain extent, please like analyze these situations, analyze these celebrity situations, and strive not to do that. Strive to like not ever want to be that greedy, where I want that much money, where I want that much power, where I want that much control over people, to where my life is crumbling down because I've successfully built this empire, but off of the backs of like innocent people that I may have abused, or I may have manipulated or lied to or bribed. People don't ever usually, people don't grow up, right? To want to do, well, generally, for most people don't grow up to want to do the things and handle business the way that someone like Diddy has, right? But when you step into a certain light, when you get a certain level of eyes on you, that can easily change. And I think people need to be reminded of how greed will be the end of you. Even if it doesn't end your life, literally, it will affect your life permanently. It's not something you can undo. You can't go back and change it. You can give so many apologies. A lot of people are going to think you're full of shit. You're not going to be able to have a redemption arc. Your morals go out the window when greed takes over. What about David? Oh my gosh. David, I actually don't have anything to say about him other than like, cuz I wonder in this case with him if, well, yeah, I'm glad that you brought him up, cuz I feel like he can kind of relate to that. Like but I just don't understand his thought process. Like this, I will be following this trial when it officially starts. I don't think it's going to start till like the end of the month or something, or like next month or whatever. But I just don't understand his thought process, right? Because with him, I think it was a mix of greed, but like a chemical imbalance. Like I do think that with David, he's an example of someone who just like something not right up here. But he's a perfect example of a person that you can end up in his exact same situation, because I guarantee you that man is gonna get life or he's gonna get the chair. He's cooked. He's done. Um, and so he's a perfect example of a situation you could be in if you let greed take over, if you get too caught up in the lights, in the success of it all. And again, back to David, I think that probably could have, that definitely could have led to the chemical imbalance. I talked about it episodes ago that fame makes celebrities unwell. Fame gives celebrities a mental illness, and they all have different kinds, and they all express themselves in different ways. I literally talked about this like 2-3 episodes ago. And so I think fame in itself, it like does something to the brain, honestly, that like will literally can shift you into another person. And I'm not trying to like take accountability away from people who do fucked up things like a David, right? I'm not saying that, oh, fame is the reason that he like did all these horrible things, right? It does play a factor. It does play a factor in his situation, and every celebrity who has been in any type of weird situation who has said fucked up things. um it's a factor, and that's the main reason why I don't strive I don't strive to be famous. I don't look up to celebrities. I don't worship them, because when you get a certain amount of eyes on you, when you gain a certain amount of money from your art, when you get a certain amount of listens to your music and views on your videos, if you don't stay grounded and actually view yourself as a regular person and as a human who's just doing their thing, you will go insane and you will do some shit that's completely out of your character, because you now like we really have to get get to the science of it. We really have to get to the science of what fame does to the brain. I swear it does something. Girl, you are so pretty. Thank you. I ordered these lashes off Amazon. But yeah, with David, I'm probably never going to really cover him on the show. He's a fucking, I don't even know how I'm going to cover the case because it's just so gross. The trial hasn't even started, and every time I saw a headline, I was literally like, wanted to vomit. Like, he, please put him in the dirt. So deep. So deep. And leave him there. It's mainly due to power. When you hit a level like that, your dopamine receptors become off. Bingo. See, I didn't have the facts and the science, to really break it down. So thanks for that. That's pretty much what I'm saying. So, anyways, greed will be the death of you. Remember that. Don't be greedy. Don't get too caught up in, how you're viewed by strangers. Okay. You're still you, right? Stay grounded. Find some kind of higher power, right? Someone to pray to, okay? And all right, anyways, guys, I'm done yapping with you guys. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next fucking Thursday. And Short Film Stories will premiere next fucking Thursday on episode 38 of My Thoughts No One Asked For. Catch more Thoughts No One Asked For on this upcoming Monday. Don't know what time. Join my Discord and I'll let you know. And you can join in on the conversation. I will also let you guys know what I'm going to talk about. It'll be a quick stream. It won't be longer than 30 minutes. And I'm also going to start doing tarot reading live streams. I will see you guys on Tuesday for those, and maybe Thursdays, depending on how I'm feeling. I will do free ones some days. I will do paid ones some days. I will let you guys know about all of that in my Discord. Join the motherfucking Discord. Please and thank you. Follow main YouTube channel. It's your girl Asia. Follow the My Thoughts No One Asked For YouTube channel. My Thoughts No One Asked For. Follow my fucking clip page. It's your girl Asia Clips. Follow my main Instagram. It's your girl Asia. Follow the My Thoughts No One Asked For Instagram. My Thoughts No One Motherfucking Asked For. Thank you guys for joining my first episode back. I haven't streamed in 2 weeks, and you guys were really interactive in the chat, both chats. So thank you so much. I'm very excited to keep doing this thing and be consistent and do all these contents. I have myself on a content schedule now, and I was thinking if I should post it or put it in Discord or something so y'all kind of can know what I'm doing. So I think I'm gonna do that so you guys can know what to expect. Okay. Anyways, I'm done yapping. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. I'm just in a good mood and I'm happy to be streaming again. So see you guys next week. Join me on Monday for more Thoughts on Ask For. Join Discord. Bye.